So let's talk about how do we find arc length and how do we find the area of a sector here. So whenever we're finding arc length, so we need to know the radius of the given circle that we're talking about. We also need to know how big of an angle are we talking about. Because, excuse me, let's say we're talking about this angle here. So we need to know the radius. We would then need to know this measurement here, because what we're actually finding here is we're calculating this length right over here. So we're calculating that circular length here for that little piece of a pie here. Now, in order to calculate arc length, the formula here is the radius times the angle when the angle is given to us in radian mode. If we take a look at our given problem here, we're told that the radius is 2 meters. We're told that the angle is 225 degrees. So before we can throw the radius and the measurement of our angle here into our little mini formula, we first need to take this 225 degrees. We need to convert this to radian measure. And you convert it to radian measure by multiplying by pi over 180. Right, so go ahead and do pi divided by 180 in your calculator, then do it times 225. Now I'm going to leave this with pi already I'm going to leave this with pi in our simplified version here, because once we have this, we're just going to then multiply by the radius here in a little bit. So 225 times pi over 180 is 225 pi over 180, but simplified, this simplifies to 5 pi over 4. All right, 225 divided by 180 is the 5 over 4. Keep pi there in the numerator where it's at. 225 degrees is 5 pi over 4 in radian measurement here. So now that we have our radian measurement here for our angle, according to our formula, we're going to take the radius, which is a2. We're going to multiply that by our angle in radian mode here, which is going to be the 5 pi over 4. Multiply these together. So when we multiply this together, that's going to give us 10 pi over 4, which reduces, we can divide out a 2 here to give us 5 pi over 2. Or if we do want this in rounded decimal form, that is 7.85 for that arc length. So just take your angle, make sure it's converted to radians, and just multiply it by the radius there. Simplify your answer. Now for area of a sector, our formula here, we're going to take 1/2 times r squared times our angle measurement. Our angle measurement, once again, does need to be in radian mode. So we are given that our angle is 60 degrees. We are given our radius is 10 inches. So when we plug into this formula, we will do 1/2 times. Our radius is a 10, and we are going to square that. We just need to throw in our angle here in radian mode. Excuse me. So we're going to take that 60 and multiply it by pi over 180. When we multiply that by pi over 180, so we are left with pi over 3 when we simplify that. So let's go ahead and throw that into our formula here, and we need to calculate all of this here. Right, 100 or 10 squared is 100. All right, half of 100 is 50. And if we take pi over 3 and multiply that to 50, so we either 50 pi over 3, if you want pi left in the answer, or simplified decimal form rounded to the hundredths place, gives us 52.36 when we throw that in our calculator.